Adolf Hitler was head of the Nazi Party. All of his decisions were final and unquestionable. He wanted an Aryan society and believed that the Jews were not pure. Heinrich Himmler was the leader of the SS, or Schutzstaffel, a group of Hitler's personal troops. He was one of the most powerful Nazis during the Holocaust. Winston Churchill became Prime Minister of Great Britain during World War II. He was a very important leader for Great Britain during that difficult and troubled time and attended the Bermuda Conference. Franklin D. Roosevelt was the President of the United States from 1933 to 1945. He was criticized by many people for not sending troops to Germany to help rescue the Jews. Suitcases were taken from the Jews as soon as they arrived at the concentration camps. Wedding rings were taken also to salvage the women. The purposes of concentration camps were to incarcerate real and perceived enemies of the Nazi regime and the German occupation authorities in Poland for an indefinite period of time. Also, to have an available supply of forced workers for deployment in the SS. And finally, to serve as a site to physically eliminate small, targeted groups of the population whose death was determined by the SS and police authorities to be essential to the security of the Nazi army. Auschwitz was the largest concentration camp. It was located in Poland. The deaths were between 1 to 1.5 million. Auschwitz was established in 1940 and liberated in 1945. At the entrance to this concentration camp, a sign states Arbeit macht frei, which means work makes one free. 41,500 Jews were murdered in Dachau. This camp serves a model for concentration camps to come. Dachau was located in Germany. It developed in March of 1933 and liberated in 1945. Dachau was one of the first concentration camps to be developed.
U.S. State Department policies made it very difficult for Jewish refugees to obtain entry visas. Americans heard rumors about what was going on in the Nazi-controlled territories, but didn't take these seriously. Newspapers never directly addressed the Holocaust. Sometimes they referred to it as the annihilation of Jews, but it never made any headlines. Finally, in 1942, the New York Times covered a statement of the Allies condemning the mass murder of Jews on its front page. Franklin Roosevelt called for the Evian Conference to discuss what to do about the Jewish refugees. For 9 days, delegates from 32 countries stood up and expressed their sympathy for the Jews. Many countries, including the U.S. and Great Britain, made excuses about why they couldn't let in more Jewish refugees. Germany responded by saying that it was so astounding that foreign countries criticized Germany for their treatment of Jews, but none of them wanted to let them in when the opportunity existed. Responding to pressure generated by the public unearthing of Hitler's final solution, U.S. and British representatives met in Bermuda, the British-owned island, to find an answer to the Jewish refugee problem. Neither government initiated rescue programs, and no significant proposals came from the conference. Poisonous Mushroom was a children's book used to indoctrinate German youth with the idea that Jews were bad.
Wie ist der Master Race? Wie heil! Heil! Right in the Führer's face, not to love. The Führer is a great disgrace. So be heil! Heil! Right in the Führer's face. So be heil! Heil! Right in the Führer's face. Heil! Mein Hund! Here! Improve the mind! Heil Hitler! When the Führer says, wie ist der Master Race? Wie heil! Heil! Right in the Führer's face! Not to love. The Führer is a great disgrace. So be heil! Heil! Right in the Führer's face. So be heil! Heil!